Welcome back to another Absolutely Not for the Meek. And I wanted to do this video to back up the last video I did. And this right here is Fly to Thailand. And it's called Matrix Woman Followed Us to Paradise. Boy, you about to see the real freaking ignorance, the brainwash that the Matrix has done. So without further ado, let's get into the first part.
We're going to go back and forth all day. I don't agree. We're not going to agree. And so we can't never get out of that stage.
I'm going to tell you how we can. We don't have to agree on opinions, but we have to agree on the facts. The fact of it is, we're disjointed in the worst way we've ever been.
And another fact is that we love black men. Like, I hate the idea that black women don't. That's why so many of us are single. That's why you have so many black women that are single, because we don't want to date outside our race. We don't. Not really. We will, if we have to. We want a good black man to show up and do right. Whatever we consider right to be. How about
whatever y'all
cheat?
Consider right to be, or what we consider right to be.
Not cheat, be faithful. I mean, be loyal, faithful. Like, normal ass shit, not active.
Cooking, cleaning?
Well, it depends. It depends.
Oh, it depends? What?
Yeah.
It depends on what?
What you mean it depends? It depends on everything. It depends on, I guess, whatever roles we decide that we want to have in our relationship, because I don't believe in traditional gender roles. I don't believe that just because I'm the woman, I gotta sit in the house and cook and clean. If I work all day and you work all day, then we all need to clean this motherfucking house all day together. Okay? Ain't no you get to sit on your house. I'm tired too. Alright? So no, it depends on the situation. Every situation is different. We're not taking a lot of the issues we used to take before, because the need for men is not as high because women are making their own money. Before you had to deal, my grandma had to take a whole lot of shit from my granddaddy. She didn't have no choice. There was nowhere to go. You couldn't buy no land. I mean, we literally had to have you guys, right? Times have changed. We don't have to have you guys anymore. It is a choice, and everybody needs to be supported one way or another.
Okay, now you just made my point for me, and this is no disrespect towards you. What you just said is why we're leaving. Come on.
Exactly. Now that was just the beginning part. We're gonna go into, man, there's so much goodies. This female is just burying herself, and her husband is just like, he's just sitting back like, wow, what a mistake I have made. And I mean, and she's not a bad looking woman. I mean, she got some body. She got some top. She could give good, you know what I'm saying? But man, you don't want to deal with this type of dysfunction. Let me go ahead. I'm going to be going through. I'm going to just give you the goodies out of this. We're going to dissect, and let's go. All right. We're going to go ahead with this. He's going to go into the interview with this insane female. And I think with this, you get to see how that body look, boy. You know?
The lovely lady was there at the time by herself. I did not know she was there with her husband. But what I noticed about her was that she was beautiful, with a nice shape, and the thought ran through my mind, do sisters get any play in Thailand? Listen, you got some beautiful sisters out here, beautiful Thai ladies, boy. You start mixing in the sisters with the Thai ladies, boy. You got something special. So I wanted to interview her and ask her what her take was on being an attractive sister out here, and what the attention was for her versus how it usually is in the Matrix. I asked KB to bring her over so I could talk to her, and KB brought the whole crew. It's not that we don't want to support. It's even
not wanting to ever do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wash the clothes.
I encourage women, ask the males that you know, especially if they're married. If you have males around you that are married, talk to them. Ask them what they think about your point of views. Ask them whatever questions, because to your point and to Richie's point, unfortunately in the black community, you have a lot of single parent households. And the issue is a lot of women are talking to other women about what a man is or what a man is supposed to do, instead of talking to a man and say, hey, what do men really want? What are some of your likes and dislikes? We're the customer, the same way you're the customer. Some people are more modern, some people are more traditional. Right. And you have to be able to have that upfront conversation. Absolutely. Like my wife and I had a serious conversation. Here's my negotiables and here's my non-negotiables. I don't know if you want to share what one of my non-negotiables were, right? It is not one size fit all. Yes. And I feel like that's one of the biggest issues in our community. I feel like men, we do a better job at talking to our female friends and asking questions. Hey, can you give me the female perspective on this? I don't know that enough black women do that.
I don't know. I just, that's I don't know. It just seems, first of all, I feel like you're kind of saying the same thing I said. Always have a conversation about expectations before you get into a relationship with somebody. Absolutely. Not only that, but you need to check in every 6 months because those things can also change. So it's not really a black or a white thing. And
what's changing? That's the whole thing. They changing up. Why are you changing up?
I need some more support because I know a number of black women who have been married and still single parents in their household.
Lord have mercy. The idiocy is at all-time high, people.
We're not saying all men gotta do the dishes and wash the clothes and do everything. That's not what I'm saying, but some women need support in other ways. And it's not just going to work, coming home, laying up, looking at TV and doing it all over again. Sometimes, some women are okay with that, and that's fine. If that is the life that you want to live, if that's your non-negotiable, and if you got to go to Thailand to find a girl that's going to do that, more power to you. But what's happening is now a lot of black women are just more willing to be single than deal with some shit that's on their non-negotiable list.
Here's the lesson here, and I'm going to just cut to the end real quick. Being strong and independent means that you're uncovered. Let me say that again to all you lovely ladies out there listening. Being strong and independent means that you're uncovered. See, that independent shit will get you, ladies. What this young woman needs is some good family around her. But it seems like she's not ready because she hadn't humbled herself.
Shout out to Dennis Sperling. As I was editing this episode, I was listening to Dennis stream in the background, and what he said lined up with what this episode is about. So to be clear, Dennis is not referring to this lovely lady in our interview. However, I will be cutting part of his stream to give some counterbalance to the topic.
So I'm going to choose to be with somebody. Either that person's going to bring me peace or he can get the hell on.
Now, I got to give her husband credit. He's a way better man than me. I couldn't have just sat there and let my wife talk like I wasn't even there and remain cool, calm, and collected like he did. He took it like a champ. Gentlemen, if you want to stay married to a matrix-minded woman, this is probably your best option. Let your woman talk her emotions out and let it go through one ear and out the other. Now,
exactly. You're just like, wow, man. And you know, it's shit. Why do we have to live in such misery? Why do we have to live with this? We got to be like, oh God, what the fuck? I'm with an idiot. You know what I'm saying? But you just want peace in your house. I mean, Richard, men are miserable. I don't know how many men that I met up with and everything like that, and they all have the same thing. I mean, they looking for a way out.
Do I agree with that? Hell no. I don't know if you guys are paying attention or not, but if you watch the Thai woman, she looks a bit bewildered. I'm not sure if it's because she couldn't understand everything that was being said or if she was just trying to process. But this must have been like culture shock to her. Women in Thailand don't usually think like this. The I don't need no man like my grandma did talking points, most Thais think the opposite. They understand the importance of family and traditional structure. The younger ones, maybe not so much, but Thai women 30 and up seem to enjoy traditional roles. This is why I love Thailand. This is why men travel here and never want to leave.
Exactly.
I'm going to ask the lovely Thai lady some questions as well in a minute, but I didn't want to interrupt this person because she was on a roll. But there was something about this part of the conversation that really disturbed me.
She was on a roll of burying herself, which are bringing more negativity to black women. Ooh.
I got to thinking, we're in Thailand having the same exact conversation they're having in the Matrix. When you come out here, you're supposed to leave all that back at the airport. Then I started thinking, why are Matrix women flying all the way out to Thailand? Is it because they want to enjoy the same peace the men do? Or is it to poison the minds of Thai women so they'll start thinking like Matrix-minded women out here and create division between the men and the women? Now,
and let me tell you something. That right there, it's already happening. It's already happening just with American propaganda all around the world. You're seeing all these foreign women turning out to be mentally just like these dysfunctional ones.
I'm not saying that she's doing that intentionally, but Americans have a huge influence around the world. The way we walk, the way we talk, the way we dress, the way we dance, the way we sing and rap. Them coming here with that mindset is almost the same as bringing a foreign woman back to the States. After a couple of months, the chances of them getting infected by the Matrix virus increases and the chances of a successful relationship decreases. Another thing for you guys to know is if you notice, Elle was nowhere near that conversation. She was in the house. She just stayed in her room. All right, back to the conversation. You know, we don't have to do the stuff like our grandparents did, but the grandparents stayed married. That worked.
Because they had to.
Right, but now that you guys have the choice, now that you guys have the choice, look how it's working out for you guys.
That's okay. This is what I understand.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, what you have to understand is that we're not mad at. I think that is the misconception, is that we're mad at y'all because y'all not with us. I think that is the big disconnect here.
You say we're mad at you guys because you're not with us?
I think you guys think that we're mad at y'all because y'all ain't married us. And we not. That's my point. We don't go.
Do you really feel that way?
Yes, we're not. Listen, all we say is leave us out of it. If you gotta go off and find your happiness somewhere else, go find it. Leave me alone though, right? You don't gotta make a series about why American women are horrible and why American women are that, why black women are that. Like, just go off and do your damn thing. And then we don't have no reason to respond. Like, there's nothing to respond to. Go live your life. We're not mad.
One of the complaints that men and women in the States have regarding the passport bro movement is not that we're just taking our resources and going to other countries. I noticed one of the top outlets or top complaints that they have about what we're doing is that you guys are putting down or talking about black women. You are degrading the queens. You are talking about the women so much. You could just leave. Why do you have to talk about black women?
Just go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really care about where you go and who you being with if you just don't fish on us.
You're right. We are talking about the sisters. Black, white, Asian. We are talking about the behavior pattern of modern women and many sisters in the
We're
States.
not going to be like Thai women because our history is different.
Right, but what's the TikTok videos all about? If you're saying they don't care
the
on a
TikTok
regular
videos
basis.
are saying, look at your little dusty ass. Nobody wanted you anyway, okay? Yes, you over there getting that woman because you can give her $200 a month and she's going to be happy and taken care of. Yes.
All right, this is another thing I'm talking about. You're sitting in someone else's country with someone else in the living room sitting right next to you, not even taking into consideration you could be insulting them. Like I said earlier, this conversation got heated and I don't think she meant to insult her. However, this is the matrix thinking I'm talking about, that men are trying to get away from. This is why women from other countries are clapping back now.
The reason that men are willing to fly across the miles just to marry a Filipino wife like me, it's because they're running away from women like you. You don't know how to respect humans. I'm not saying that all women in this country are the same as you, but what I'm trying to imply here is that respect is the key. We know how to respect humans. We know how to respect our husband. We know how to respect relationships. See, I respect my husband because that's what I see from my mother. My mother taught us to value our family, our children, our husband before ourselves.
And that's why the youth in America, what I put up with Charleston White, he ain't got no message for them because they have no loyalty. They idolize these fake rappers, all this stuff. It's just total dysfunction. These dysfunctional women are creating dysfunctional children.
He is the one.
Knowing that you have this platform now and people are listening to you, what is the message that you want to get across to the youth?
I spent 12 years trying to get a message to the youth, homie. This youth generation will not, cannot, and does not have a message. Their ears are closed to anything that they don't idolize. They don't listen to their parents. They don't listen to the teachers. They don't listen to the coaches. They only listen to what they idol. So this generation will not have a message. They will not have a messenger. They will be destroyed. That's why you see 10-year-old kids dying. That's why if you look at the death toll and you look at the youth murders, that's why you see old ain't killing each other. Old people aren't dying of old age right now. They're living. We're outliving our youth. We're going to spend the next 20 years watching young people die like we did in the 90s so we can purge and cleanse a new generation of people. We fed hate to this group of kids. This group don't know love. This group don't know loyalty. And you can't develop those concepts in such a time of turmoil or this bloodshed right now.
As a Filipina, what can you offer for your future husband?
I can give a lot.
I can give a lot. I can offer a lot. What are those? To be a wife, mostly here in the Philippines, we are the one who take care of them. We used to cook for them because that's a wife job.
The things that we've been shamed for decades here in the States are things that they embrace over there in the Philippines.
That's slavery. That's the way we take care of our man. That's why maybe they love to be with the Filipino because they feel like they've been taken care of very well.
Your little $2,000 a month is doing something in Thailand, whereas in the States we broke, nigga. I gotta go to work. That ain't enough. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. You can go over there and be King Kong, but don't act like you some prize and you are over there, and that is fine. But yes, we didn't want you, and there's good reason. You had nothing to offer. You had nothing to offer me. That's why we don't care. We're not mad about that. Go, do your thing.
They just want you to just leave and don't say nothing. But when we tried that and we were quiet, every other female on TikTok had something to say. Passport Bro movement was a quiet movement with nobody bothering nobody. We wasn't saying nothing to nobody. Getting our passports, finding a country, and going about our business. All the expats, all you retirees, ex-military, pension holders, social security holders, you just got your passport, you found you a country, and you just left. We've been doing it for years, since World War II.
Just leave us out of it, because what you do is you go out and you spit this bullshit to the world, and now the whole world, we as black women, we already at the bottom of the motherfucking totem pole. Everybody at the very fucking bottom. So the last thing we need is our brothers, whether you at least look at me like your sister or your cousin.
Yeah, at the bottom of the totem pole for good reasons, because she's proving it right here. Just with her open up her mouth, you see why.
Hey, y'all, I got an unpopular opinion, okay? This is for the women. Y'all don't think it's kind of endearing how, like, nice men are to each other? Like, think about it, okay? Because I noticed, like, in comments and stuff like that, when guys are being nice to each other, women are always calling them gay. Like, oh, you're always at your bro house. You're so gay. Like, you guys are so close. You guys must be gay. Let me find out my man is gay. And you guys want to know what I think it is? I think we be hating because our friendships are not as solid as men's friendships. Okay? I think we be hating, okay? Because I'm not going to lie, like, watching how, I got 8 brothers, watching how my brothers interact with their friends, and men don't treat their friends how women treat our friends. Not me personally, because I'm a good friend, but just from experience, I've had friends body shame me. I've had friends tear me down, make jokes about me to my face, about my appearance, ask me about how much money I make just so they can judge how much money I make and tell me they make more than me. I hang around females all the time, y'all, that I love genuinely, but I know are not good friends. I know be jealous of me, envious of me, you know, all types of stuff. We got to stop calling men gay because they have solid bonds and solid friendships, y'all. Because I've been searching my whole life for some solid friends and some solid bonds that are secure in themselves. And I just want to hang out and kick it, you know, and be positive vibes in each other's lives. You know, we got to stop hating on these men, and we gotta follow suit.
On me, right? Making other men not want to date me because we're problematic and all these other things, right? So all we saying is just like, shut up, nigga.
They're just saying, don't say it.
Shut your ass up.
Women in the United States say, passport bros, you're talking too much about women in the United States. You're putting us down. But the one thing I noticed that we hadn't done, I noticed this. No one has ever accused the passport bro, expats, no one has ever accused any of us of lying on black women.
Now, ain't no nigga who ever want to marry me because the way y'all talk about it, you know what I'm saying? So that's all we say. Go do you. You know, and we respond to men. We don't start off just.
Yeah, but y'all started this one. Y'all started this passport.
The standards of the average black man is so low, they don't have to step their game up. That's the problem. You niggas like anything that jiggles. 80% of black women are overweight, and all 80% of them get niggas. That should tell you something. That should tell you something, that the black man is the janitor of the game right now. Every race laughs at us in our selection.
When you pay attention to the passport bros, like they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia,
Yes.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that need them, women that need them.
Women are raised to be wives. Mm-hmm. They learn everything from birth, from their father, from their mother, how to be a wife and how to support your men.
We're culturally trained to be a good wife.
Wow.
It's the Brazil.
No wonder why they bad, son. No wonder why they're bad. Let's get it.
Yeah, we are taught that this is our job. This is supposed to be our job, or this is supposed to be our duty to please our husbands or to be a good wife. But again, for me, I don't see it as a job. We do these things because we love to do them.
Love it.
And
Love
of course, it would make your man happy.
We're talking about this because some Western women do believe that cooking is slavery. So what's your opinion about that?
El Guapo's opinion is that is just an excuse to be lazy.
I don't see myself being slave cooking or cleaning at our house, you know, or being with my husband in the future.
True.
It is only slavery when you're forced to do it.
Yeah.
True.
Right? We grew up doing these things in our parents' house. We even love to spoon feed them.
Spoon feed who?
Like an
Oh, hell nah.
This is a huge red flag. The only men who like to go overseas to find a partner is men who like to prey on vulnerable women. Because when you go find a wife in the Philippines or Thailand or Eastern Europe or wherever these places are that are overseas, I'm assuming you mean they're more biddable, that they're less outspoken, they don't demand anything of you, that they're just happy to be rescued from their poverty-stricken life of no opportunity, and in return, all they have to do is subject themselves to your advances. I do wonder at your motivation for why you want to go overseas to find a partner.
Maybe I find it extra triggering because I was born in Africa, and it's just so insulting because they have this superiority complex. They just assume that everyone in these countries lives like the charity adverts that they see on television. And it's just like, pull your head out of your ass. If I was a man looking for a woman and that is all my country had to offer me, I would buy a one-way ticket as well. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but the way she spoke about these women and their countries was so disrespectful and so out of line. Can you blame the men for not wanting to come home to that every day after work? I personally don't.
So I was thinking about this. Why do they care? Why do they care that men are going their own way and finding women in foreign countries? Why are they so upset? Why do they call them dusty and useless and then get mad that they're leaving? They don't want them, but they don't want them to leave. And why are they making these videos? To tell us how they don't care. And it finally struck me. The video is not for the passport boys. The videos are for their orbiters, the friend zone men. They want to make sure they don't get this idea in their head that they can go somewhere else, that there are other women available to them if they just leave the country. They need these men to stay in their orbit, to keep validating them. That is what they're terrified, is they will lose the influence they have amongst the few men who still put up with them.
What is your definition of a passport bro? Your personal definition, so I get what you mean.
Well, okay, so the way passport bros have been presented, okay, or at least the understanding of the passport bros that I have, are men who basically go on tourism to find women that are not American. That is their ultimate goal, is to find a non-American woman because American women ain't shit. I mean, that's the second part of it, because that's what they are.
Those of you who've never heard of passport bros, a quick summary is they are Western men who are moving to other non-Western countries in order to find a partner. And the reason for that is because they prefer non-Western women. And this has caused a bit of a drama, I guess, on social media. There are some women who are not very happy about it. And so I thought we'd kind of just take a look at the interactions between the women who are against it and the men's responses to them.
We don't talk enough about how passport bros are just predators.
I'm not a predator if I sleep with women in America, but if I sleep with women outside of America, I'm a predator. Got you.
So that is my understanding now. You could be traveling, because some of them do, right? They maybe talk to a girl online for 6 months and take that trip to DR finally, or whatever the case may be, right? They're not all moving. A lot of them are really going to try to get their girls and bring them back. A lot of them are not staying wherever it is they are. So, yeah, it's like tourism, basically, you know, to a degree, but, you know, sex come with it. But, yeah, and so, again, we don't have an issue with that. It's the fact that niggas get online like, yeah, look what I got. Yeah, y'all women back in the States, yeah. And all this other wild, weird ass shit, like, stop it. You know what I'm saying? Get your girl, that's fine. You got a little baddie, good for you. But, like, y'all being real weird and ignorant about it. You know what I'm saying? Not.
You know, I would kind of, because, you know, our people, you know, I've been outside the country and I would never be up there posting stuff like that. Like these clowns is making YouTube videos and stuff like that. I don't know, which I kind of agree with that, but, you know, don't watch.
Not you personally, but the quote-unquote passport bros.
So that's your definition of a passport bro, basically?
Yes, that's what we perceive passport. That's what they have presented themselves to be.
You got an attitude about everything. You believe that every man should be making $100,000 a year. You want the average man to be 6 feet, but there's only 14% of us in the world that are 6 feet. So why are you lying to yourself about that? Step to me when you hear one brother of the passport bro movement, what he just said was a lie. Y'all ain't got an attitude. Is that a lie?
We'll talk about that some other time.
No, I want to talk about it now.
Fred, I said we'll talk about that some other time.
You don't tell me what I can talk about. You don't tell me what I can talk about in my own house.
Don't you point your finger at my nose, Fred Sanford.
I'll point my finger at your nose and I'll point my foot somewhere else.
It all goes back to traditional roles. It ain't about how much money you got and all that stuff. We don't care about that. We don't care if you work at McDonald's. If we're attracted to you and you take care of us, because men innately, I don't know if it's right or wrong, we look for somebody like a mother. We look for somebody that's going to cook, that's going to take care of us, going to clean.
Yeah, but y'all want me to mother you and fuck you, and that's it. Okay? Like, that's it. Like, y'all gotta pick one. Like, I can't be your mama and your freak. Like, y'all want too much from a woman sometimes. Let's be real. Like, that's crazy.
I have permission to post this, right? I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Man, that is pure dysfunction. This is why my point is clear. My point is clear. Lord have mercy. I swear. And let's show their failure. Let's show the generation that they have produced.
Some people believe in their mind that they can fuck people around, the few people that love them, and because time elapses and they say, oh, I'm sorry, that you're supposed to forgive them. And a lot of people are unforgiving. They're not going to forgive you when you intentionally hurt them and they never did nothing to you.
Now, this goes for the woman in your life. This goes for your kids. Everything.
A lot of people take that as a serious manner because their red flag goes off. Warning, this motherfucker ain't no good. You should never spit or talk down or be disrespectful to someone that always has your back, always has your best interests at heart. And a lot of these kids is doing that with their parents. And they think because time elapses and they say, I'm sorry, that all is forgiven. This is a new world order where people remember every fucking thing. Because it's the things that you forget that get you killed out here, homie. Y'all don't know that? And y'all know every fucking thing? When y'all pop, spit, and talk shit and, be disrespectful to your elders, to your parents, that is not smiled upon. That is taken with severe measures. And sometimes that will get you killed. Parents have been known for killing their kids when their kids get out of line. And you know what happened? The courts dropped the case. When you think that you can raise up to your mother, to your father, I don't give a fuck if both of them is dope fiends. When you think you can raise up and spit on them and talk shit, understand, it's a wrath coming behind that. And that wrath might take your fucking life. So to all you young motherfucking whippersnappers that just came off the steps, just had y'all first piece of pussy, y'all first piece of ass, understand, what you do out in them streets, you can't bring in the house, homie. You will go to sleep and wake up dead the next morning. Because some of these parents ain't playing them games. And I'm one of them. I'm not playing with nobody kids, including my own. You better walk lightly around me. Because I'm going to get my shit off before you even consider trying to get your shit off. And with that said, parents, run your house. Don't run around your motherfucking house. You give them chores to do and you set up your family constitution. And if they break any of them fucking rules, you hand down a penalty. And if that don't work, kick them the fuck out that house. It's cold. Let them sleep out in the streets with the rest of these niggas that think they know everything.
That's the sad part with the environment that we're in. We got, as you seen, we got a woman that just don't get it. She has no goddamn clue of what reality is and what her role is because her mind has been perverted by this system, by this matrix, by this feminism. And we're going into destruction. I mean, we have enemies. The enemies are in here with us. They came across the southern border. They're across the southern border. I even heard some of them is coming from the northern border too. Man, listen. Let's go into Big Reed talking about the destruction of humanity.
I was just in Deshaun Jackson's party down here in Atlantic City. And I was listening to the music, the style of music they playing. And the sad reality is Somebody allowed this to happen.
Yeah, it was all part of the plan. CIA operation to make you into dysfunctional, ignorant bastards.
Basically trying to wipe out easily 2 to 3 generations of people. Psychologically. Frequently, like with your frequency. To try to push that satanic rap and that low frequency music down the throats of people is a crime against humanity. It's a crime. And nobody is speaking on it. It's a whole lot of people in the record industry that at some point they might put in front of a firing squad. Seriously. That record industry, all them labels that signed them artists individually, from the artists from Def Jam to the ones with Jimmy Iovine and Tommy Mottola and Clive Davis, because all of them are conspirators to the destruction of humanity.
There needs to be a purge.
All of them are co-conspirators. All the rappers that signed up for that rode with that played that music, that chanted them songs. It's like a big conspiracy where they can be charged with murder. From iHeartRadio to Radio 1, all these stations to Spotify's, all them should be seized immediately. Just like with the IRS, how they seizing people's shit over them PPP loans. They need to be seized immediately, and all that music need to be destroyed. What happened to people singing and playing instruments? What happened to the songs of encouragement? What happened to a dude expressing his love for his woman, for his family, for his community, for his country? What happened to that? How can you live in the place and say, fuck this place, fuck America? That's like you saying, fuck your grandma. Fuck you, grandma, you a bitch. Fuck you, whore. She did everything she could to help you and raise you. And this what she gets in return. All the people behind this, man, something will have to give. And the people at the top of the pyramid that say, hey, man, I back both sides of the war, it should be hell for them to pay too. Because they really destroying humanity. I mean, you should see them kids. I mean, brain dead. To say that word is not good enough. And then you got old motherfuckers in there going along with it. That's the pitiful part. We destroying our own kind, man. For $1, for ignorance. We moving with somebody else's agenda to kill our own people, yo. And if you see these kids, I don't even know how they go out and think that's having fun. Man, y'all stay on point. Change your frequency. If y'all just start Googling the music from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, that 30-year span, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, keep listening to that music every day. Save it on your hard drive, because in a minute, they're going to get rid of that music. We might be at the end of this civilization at the rate this shit going. Because they definitely trying to kill us all. And I know everybody can't see it. But if you listen to the lyrics of that garbage, it's pitiful. Man, y'all stay on point and watch y'all back.
Thanks, Big Reed. Man, I don't know. Man, we need to get it together. The real men out there, which we have been put down, which are they trying to emasculate us and everything. And there's nothing wrong with masculinity, gentlemen. But the whole thing is, which is the reason why so many men are being demasculated, is because they ain't nothing to fight for. these women are dysfunctional. You can't have a good, stable marriage and a good relationship with this American stock, this American poison female. So men ain't trying to be a man and what I mean, these guys is like, yo, F it, man. Like, I'm lonely. I need a relationship. So these guys is lopping off their members and everything like that and going to men. I mean, damn, check it out.
How do you feel about the concept of toxic masculinity?
There is no toxic masculinity. The problem is that there is a lack of masculinity. Fathers aren't around anymore, and most of the elementary schools have only female faculty. Therefore, boys are not developing by being reckless at a young age, which causes them to wreak havoc at an older age and develop psychological problems, allowing the karmic cycle to continue.
And there you go. And I must vouch for that because I went to a meeting at the school and I'm looking at these women. I mean, two of them was all right and everything, but it was one, man, that she was just like, there was something wrong with her. You know what I'm saying? You know, those white women that just like have no personality and just like, oh, they ain't no humor, no smile, no, just like a robot. Just, she's dysfunctional herself. And this is who's in charge of the my kids' educational plan. It's just unbelievable. We got to take our kids out. We got to do the homeschooling. We got to get our money up, get our money tight without poisoning our own communities. And we need to be international. Get the hell out of Babylon. Go live it up somewhere else. And be able to move on the drop of a hat. You know what I'm saying? Be wealthy and you could just move around the world. Just be like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to go here. You know what I'm saying? But if there's drama over here, go. I ain't going to never say fight for this bitch. Because with this island, we colonize here. You know? Like I seen this thing with this supposed to be Russian mafia. It was like, yo, if things get crazy in your country, leave. And wait till it collapse, and if anything, come back and rebuild. But man, I ain't gonna put my damn family at risk of dying up in here for some stupidity, for some corrupt politicians. Ain't no way. So until next time, be safe, keep your head on a swivel. Shalom.
Everyone, that is a fucking wrap.